Shalom, Most High in Christ bless. Happy Sabbath. Shalom to the 12 tribes, scattered abroad.
Most High in Christ bless.
Lost but not found. Captain Al Judah to my right, to my left.
Captain Maya. Shalom, everybody.
Captain Nehemiah.
So, as you see the topic, we finna, we want to go over dealing with spirits because, all throughout the scriptures, you read about, how the Lord got these different spirits that's out in the world. So, with that being said, you got to understand your people and you got to understand what we going through as a nation. Our people as a nation of people, we not dealing with nothing. Once you understand the scriptures in the Bible, you understand you being an Israelite, then now you start to understand what you're battling, what you're going through. And the nation of Israel, we in a spiritual warfare. Like we battling a spiritual warfare. So you got to understand your fellow brother or your fellow sister when the spirit of Satan jumps on the brother or sister. And that's what's going on within within the nation of Israel. You got spirits that'll jump on a brother or jump on a sister.
Right.
So with understanding that, you gotta show the ultimate love and ultimate you gotta have that forgiveness, that sorrow, because you gotta understand the spirit of Satan jump on a brother or sister. Now we know the scripture says you cannot hate your brother in your heart.
Right.
We know the scripture says about forgiving, love, peace. So we got to understand that. But the scriptures also say that we rebuke them sharply, man. You got to rebuke that spirit sharply. You got to. So we're going to open up, give me 2 Corinthians 10, weapons of our warfare.
I'm going to get
2 Corinthians 10 and 4. It don't matter whoever get there for.
okay. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4.
Come on.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Read.
but mighty through God to pulling down of strongholds.
Come on.
Casting down the imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
Right. So the weapons of our warfare is not carnal. It's not carnal, yo. We're battling a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
Just like I was telling my brothers yesterday, man. If any of you brothers seen the movie Venom, that inner demon.
Yeah.
You see what it did? It jumped on Esau. And Esau couldn't control him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it was that vessel he needed.
Right.
He couldn't control him. So when he jumped into him, that demon allowed him to do things that he never knew he could do.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So you got to understand, we battle in spirits, man. And when Satan, when he attacks a vessel, whether you could be in your you repentant Israelites, you repentant Israelites is walking in this truth and spirit and truth, man. You got to understand, even amongst your family, man, you might have somebody that's weak in the faith in your family, and the spirit of Satan to jump on that person, man. So you got to understand that the spirit of Satan goes seeking a weak vessel to jump on.
Exactly.
And that's what's going on within with our people. You got the spirit of Satan that'll jump on brothers to show hatred, to start lying. Those are spirits, man. The Lord got lying spirits in the world. The Lord got hatred spirits in the world. The Lord got lustful spirits in the world. The Lord got a person that's a murderer. He just loves to kill.
Right.
Bro, that's a spirit on that brother or
Right.
sister, man.
Absolutely.
So you gotta understand those type of things, man. Like the Lord has different spirits in the world. So go to Proverbs 6. I wouldn't have brought this out yesterday. I just want to touch back on it.
Proverbs 6 and 1.
Nathan's spoiling it. No one get ready to go there too, man. That's the spirit, because teachers did the same thing. Proverbs 6 and 16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate.
Come on.
Yes, 7 are abomination unto him.
Read.
A proud look, a lying tongue,
about
and hands that shed innocent blood,
We're gonna go there next. 15.
a heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet be swift and run into mischief, a false witness,
A false witness. Come on.
a false witness that speak of lies,
That do what?
that speak of lies.
See, a person that's like that, man. A person that's constantly speaking lies, man. You got a spirit on you, man.
Right.
You have it's a spirit on you, man, that
Absolutely.
speak of lies. That's not of the Most High. That's not of Christ.
a lying
Because
spirit,
when you go and you read about Christ, Christ didn't have no gall in his mouth. This man didn't know sin. We know that lies is sin. So when you coming up with false accusation on brothers, when you speaking lies, you have an evil, wicked spirit on you, man. So that's why the Bible says you got to examine yourselves, man.
That's Jeremiah 44:4.
Keep reading.
A false
Yep,
witness
yep, that too.
that speak of lies, and he that soweth discord,
And he that what?
sowing discord,
He that showeth discord, man. Because once you start speaking lies on brothers, bringing up false accusations that you can't prove, you showing discord amongst brethren. You can't do that, man. That's against the scriptures. But this will be a person that says that they're in the truth, that they walking in the spirit of Christ. You're not walking in the spirit. Stop lying to yourself. That's the spirit on you. Because in your mind you think that you really in your mind you thinking that you're in the spirit of Christ. You're not in the spirit of Christ doing that. Like, brothers is pushing. We not worried about what brothers is doing. Brothers is pushing. Salute to all the camps. Salute to every Israelite congregation, every Israelite school, every Israelite camp out there that's pushing the truth, man. Constantly waking our people up. Salute. Ain't no hatred over here. Salute, man. That's what the mission should be. Not us trying to expose, I'm going to expose this brother. Man, that's some weak female stuff, man. That's a spirit. You got a female spirit doing that. As a man, you're not supposed to be like that because the Lord said he made man to be upright. So what kind of man are you to do some things like that? That's why brothers need to examine themselves and examine their spirits, because real men don't deal like that. Real men don't we deal in order. Period. That's coming from being in the world, men deal with a certain type of respect. So when you see a brother that's doing that type of thing, you got to understand that a brother has a spirit on him that he can't control. It's just like that movie Venom. Like he can't control that spirit.
Right,
It's,
I'm on him right now.
yeah, something is on him. Like the spirit of Satan is just he's got him like this. There's nothing he could do, man.
Let me bring something out real quick, man.
Go ahead.
Somebody, give me Proverbs 11, because the brother bringing
I
out
got
key
you. Stay
points,
right
man. And because the thing is, if you on that type of spirit, that let me know you don't understand or you don't have wisdom.
Right.
You don't have knowledge. You don't have this type of stuff. You're gonna be in that type of spirit.
Right.
So somebody get that for me, man. Proverbs 11 and 12.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 12.
Right.
It says, he that is void of wisdom
Uh-huh.
despiseth his neighbor.
See, if you void of wisdom, you despise your neighbor. You know what I mean? You hate your neighbor. And we know our neighbors are Israelite brother according to Leviticus 19.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor.
Go ahead.
But a man of understanding.
But what?
A man of
Well,
understanding
man of understanding, go ahead.
holdeth his peace.
So why you think when people talk about us or talk about SOC, we let them go ahead rent. But we men of understanding.
Right.
So we know to hold our peace.
Right.
Why? Because the Lord will fight for us.
Right.
And we understand that.
Right.
Hold your peace and the Lord shall fight for thee.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Let me get somebody give me real quick 1 John 2. 1 John 2.
Got it.
1 John 2 and verse 9. Let me get that.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
He that saith he is in the light.
Now, we already know, according to Proverbs, we know what the light is. The light is the law, statutes, commandments, and the faith of Christ. That's what the light is. Read.
He that saith he is in the light,
Right.
and hate of his brother,
Right?
is in darkness even until now.
So you still in darkness, brother. How you going to say you got the spirit of Christ, but you got Satan right here? You like his puppet. He got his hand in your back. You know what I mean? Because you hate of your own brother, we already know that's murder, man.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Spirit of Cain.
So that's exactly. That's a whole different spirit, bro. So we see people hating on us and all that. Okay, you can hate, because that's prophecy. That we know we're in the truth. You're gonna hate on us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So man, that's
Keep reading. I'm gonna keep reading.
yeah. Go ahead, keep reading.
It said, "He that loveth his brother
He that loveth his brother.
abideth in the light,
Right.
and there is none occasion of stumbling in him.
Keep going.
But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness,
Right.
and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness have blinded his eyes."
And that's where it began when Venom. Remember when he got taken over by Venom? He didn't know what was going on.
Nope.
The darkness. And what color was Venom? He was dark. He was black.
Yep.
It blinded his eyes, man. Y'all go ahead, man.
I got two scriptures, man. 1 Thessalonians 4.
First Thessalonians.
4 and 4, I think. Give me that. Give me Proverbs 25:28.
Proverbs, boy, I was going there. Proverbs, good scripture, boy.
You know?
Hey, we want spirit for real though. 'Cause I was just thinking about that, Joe. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, man, dealing with spirits, man, family, you got to understand. Dealing with spirits, you got to show the ultimate love, man. You got to show Christ. Dealing with spirits, man. Dealing with wicked, evil spirits, man.
Yeah.
High level demons, man. You just got to show Christ, man.
What you want to go?
And once you start to show Christ, he said 1 Thessalonians 4.
Okay. And verse 8. That was
Verse 4.
Verse 4.
Go ahead and read.
The book of 1 Thessalonians,
better.
chapter 4 and verse 4.
Right?
That every one of you should know how to process his vessel.
Possess.
Possess his vessel, sanctification and honor.
Read it one more time.
That every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification of honor and honor.
So what this scripture is meant for is we all should know how to what? Control ourselves.
Right, right.
You got to know how to control yourself in life. Because just like in the world, if I can do anything to get to your nerves. If you're easily provoked, I can make you do anything I want you to do. I can say anything to you to make you jump out the spirit.
Right.
I can make you lose your job by what I'm saying to you.
Right.
Back in the day, we said words don't hurt you. Well, guess what? It hurt the weak people who are easily provoked, who can't stand when somebody get on their nerves. The scripture just said that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. If you easily provoke, you'll do anything just because somebody else do something. From right there, go to Proverbs 25:28. You got it?
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28.
Right.
He that haveth no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without It's like a city that's broken down and without walls.
Because guess what? If you can't control your spirit, you like a city that's what?
A city that is broken down without. Well, let me read it from the top for David.
Go ahead.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that haveth no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Because guess what? When a person run through a city, you just free to roam, do anything. You just all over the doggone place. You just, anything happen. You like a city with no walls, and that's broken down. You just run around free, just doing anything you want to do. You have nothing to guard you. It's like a gated fence with a little dog. If you ain't got no gate in your yard, your dog gonna be all in the street. He gonna be all in somebody else's yard, all type of stuff. Hit by cars, anything. You have nothing to sanction you off if you can't control your spirit. Now, I don't tell no lie now. We all got to do that. We all got to get better with that, especially being a prophet of the Most High.
Right.
Because you're going to be dealing with spirits on a daily basis. But if you are a prophet and you pushing this in sincerity and truth, we got to learn how to abstain from evil appearance. We got to understand we got to control our vessel. We got to possess our vessel with sanctification and with honor. When you're in the public eye, you got to abstain from all appearance of evil. Little kids watching you. New people who don't even know their nationality is watching you and watch you speak truth. You can deter anybody out this truth just by not possessing your own vessel. Great example being Christ, man. I got to realize that. This brother got to realize that. This brother got to realize. Besides the name titles, we are all servants. So we got to make sure we're showing our light to our brothers and sisters and making them see the darkness that we came out of. Not both sides straddling the fence, lukewarm, acting worldly one day, then acting like you're a prophet of the Most High the next day. I gotta do a better job. You guys have to do a better job. That's what the scriptures say.
Yep. Go back to
I got you.
Proverbs 6 and read verse 19. That's what I want.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 19. A false witness that speaketh lies.
A false witness that speaketh lies, man. A false witness that speaketh, because when you go to Sirach 11, it tell you that you gotta, before you blame, you gotta examine the truth before you blame. You gotta know what you talking about before you go speaking your rhetoric and what you think you know.
Right.
Go ahead.
A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren.
15 and 13. Uh-huh.
Keep going. I was going to read it again.
Yeah, read that again.
Verse 19, Proverbs 6, verse 19. A false witness that speaketh lies,
Come on.
and he that soweth discord among brethren.
And he that soweth discord among brother, man. The Lord said, man, the 7 is an abomination unto him, man. You know how the Lord feel about abominations? 15, read Sirach 15 and 13.
Sirach chapter
And you give me,
15 and verse
Jeremiah 44.
13. The Lord hateth all abomination.
What the Bible say?
The Lord hateth all
The
abomination.
Lord don't hate, brother.
The Lord hateth all
You
abomination.
see that, man? When you a false witness speaking lies, showing discord among brethren, man, that's an abomination unto the Lord. The Lord said he hateth abominations. But it gets better. Keep reading.
And they that fear God,
And the real boys that fear God, the real boys that's doing this work, the real boys that's pushing Christ, the real boys that's doing this work, come on.
and they that fear God,
Read.
love it not.
And they that fear God, man, love it not, man. The Lord say he hateth abominations, man. When you showing discord among brethren, speaking lies to your brethren, you showing that ultimate hatred. Because if you supposed to be pushing like brothers say they pushing, if you supposed to be going hard like brothers say they going hard, you shouldn't even have no time to be speaking evil against your brothers, man.
Right.
But it's showing the wicked and the evil spirit that's on a brother or a sister like that, man. Constantly always got other brothers and sisters' name in their mouth. Oh, constantly screenshotting photos. Man, that's some female. That's stuff that females do. A man is not supposed to be like that, man.
Right.
Read what you got.
The book of
And you bring out,
Jeremiah,
the one that you want.
chapter
You just
44
preach on that.
and verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets.
Come on.
Raising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
You see that? You see how the Lord saying again, this abominable thing that the Lord hates? The Lord hates abominations, man. You showing discord, hatred towards your brother, you got the spirit of Cain on you, man.
Right.
That's the spirit of Cain on a person like that, man. We know Cain was a murderer, man, from the beginning. Abode not in the truth because there is no truth in him. No much how a person like that, man, no matter how much truth you say you got in you, I don't care if you've been in the truth damn 25 years, 30 years, man. You acting in that type of spirit, you wicked, you evil, according to the Bible, you abomination, and the Lord said he hates abominations, man. I don't care how long you've been in the truth. That means nothing to that means nothing. I don't care how long you've been in the truth, man. If you a brother of wisdom, if you've been dealing in the truth that long, you're supposed to understand the ultimate love, the ultimate mercy. You're supposed to understand Christ. You're supposed to understand pushing. But a person that's, man, give me Mark chapter 9, man. I'm gonna show you something, man, because we don't agree. We don't always agree with our brethren at all. We don't always agree with them. But do you see us slandering them? You don't see us doing that, man. We don't agree with all our brethren. But one thing we do agree on is that we're the biblical Israelites that this Bible speaks of, and we got a job to do to wake our people up and push them to push this truth and spirit and truth, man. That's our job, man. We ain't out here. We don't care about what other brothers are saying about us. That's not what we out here to do. We're not slandering our brothers. I'm not gonna screenshot this and post this, bro. Let me post this brother up and show you, oh, handshakes and all that. Oh, he's a mate. No, that's a spirit of a woman, man. That's a spirit of a female doing that, man.
A worldly female too.
Yeah, a worldly female, man. Correct that. A worldly woman, man. That's the spirit of her, man. So a brother like that, man, you need to check your spirit, man, because men don't deal like that. Give me 9, I think it's 38. Mark 9:38. Let me see. Mark chapter 9, verse. Yep.
The book of Mark,
Watch this.
chapter 9 and verse 38.
Come on.
And John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name.
Come on.
And he followed not us.
Right. Just like we're saying right now. Our brothers and sisters, our brothers and sisters, hey, we might not all agree. We may see brothers casting out devils in the name of Christ. Or the Hamashiach Yahushua. Either way it go.
Right.
Come on, well, watch this, read.
Casting out devils in name, and they followed not us.
Come on.
And we forbade him because he followed not us.
Read.
But Jesus said,
Watch this.
forbid him not.
Come on.
For there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me.
You see that? Man, if our brothers is pushing Christ, pushing the truth, why do I speak evil against them, man?
That's true.
We salute them brothers, man.
Right.
All our brothers, man, whatever Israelite congregation you in, man, you pushing the truth, you pushing Christ, you waking your people up, man, salute to you, man.
Right.
Ain't no hatred over here. Ain't no malice over here.
Right.
Real boys, the real men don't deal like that, man.
Right.
That's the spirit of a woman that act like that, man.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 40. For he that is not against us is on our part.
Right. They're
Right.
not against us. They on
Right.
our part, man.
Right.
Man.
You see that? They not against us. They on our part, man. What you got something to bring up?
I got a couple of scriptures.
I got a couple too.
I got a couple of scriptures.
Let me bring this last one out and then y'all go ahead. Give me 1 Kings 22.
Remember, we got a short time
okay.
too.
Yeah,
we want
yeah.
to make it quick for people can grasp
Yeah,
it.
grasp. Yeah, 1 Kings 22, right quick.
yeah,
Because we dealing with spirits, man, and you got to understand something. Even back with you, man, even amongst Israel, man, the Lord will smack a person with an evil lying spirit, man. 1 Kings 22, start at verse 19.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 20. Oh, damn, my bad. I'm in 2 Kings.
Watch this.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 22, and verse 19.
Come
What
on.
you want?
Yep.
It says, and he said, Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord.
Come on.
I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and on his left.
Uh-oh, so now you got the host of heaven, angels, spirits, on the right hand and on the left hand side. Come on.
And the Lord said, Who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth
Gilead.
Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner.
So you got these different spirits. Now they going back and forth with each other. One said on this man, hey, I'm going to do it this way, Lord. I'm going to do it this way, Lord.
Right.
I'm going to do it this way, Lord. So now you got, that's letting you know, man, on a spiritual level, the Lord got spirits that, he's dealing with. The Lord got spirits that do his job. They do his pleasures, man. They don't go against the Lord's. Spirits got commandments to keep.
Amen.
So how is it now in the earth that our people don't think we got commandments to keep when the spirits, the angels, the hosts of heaven got commandments to keep?
Teach y'all.
Come on.
Verse 21. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him.
Right. So now you got this one particular spirit. This spirit came out and said, I'm going to persuade him. How you read? Watch this.
And the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in thy mouth of all his prophets.
So now you got this one particular spirit that stood up and said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the one persuading him. So the Lord was like, how you going to do that? He said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of the prophets. Because before we used to go to war, you had kings. They would go to the prophets and ask, is the Lord going to allow us to prevail? Is the Lord going to allow us to get this battle? So now this spirit, he's about to be in the mouth of the prophets, but he's about to be a lying spirit. Come on.
And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Uh-oh, now he got the commandment. You think he going to transgress the Lord's, you think he going to transgress that? No, he ain't going against that. Read.
Now therefore, behold, the Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth.
Who did that?
The Lord had put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these that prophets. And the Lord had spoken evil concerning thee.
Man, you see that, man? The Most High had put a lying spirit on them in the mouth of the prophets. Man, you think the Most High won't put a lying spirit on a single brother? Come on, man. The Most High put a lying spirit on a brother like that, man. So, man, family, you got to understand, man. The Most High puts spirits on people, man. And a person like that is walking in darkness, man. You walking straight in dark. That's not the spirit of Christ, man. Lying, speaking evil, ill will against your brother, man. The Most High put an evil spirit on a person like that, man.
Yep.
And it comes from one thing, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prideful spirit, man.
Yep.
Prideful spirit when you think you are something. And the Most High called you to be a servant, man. We get in this truth and be super hyped about these precepts or learning the deep breakdowns, and we start to sit ourselves over folks, man, having preeminent spirit. We want to be lords over people. People never been none in their life, never had, never been the talent. You know, the teacher walk out the room and they leave the man in charge. He ain't never been in charge of nothing. So we get in the truth. You think you're in charge of people's, of God's people. Puffed up with knowledge.
Probably was a clown in the world.
Pride. Pride will have you mad when somebody else is put in a position that you're in to lead the Lord's people. Proverbs 16:18 and Proverbs 11 and verse. Proverbs 16:18 first.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18.
And Proverbs 11 and 2, bro.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
So pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You hold on to that pride, it won't let you forgive. It won't let you correct yourself. It'll have you, man. You can get shot. You can be ready to fight, and you'll go to the fight with no weapon. You done heard these dudes got guns. They shooting at you. You still just forget that. I gotta keep. You are gonna end up dying. Pride to have you confused. It's a spirit on you. It's lying to you. It says pride goeth before destruction. That pride will lead you to destruction. A halted spirit before a fall. You'll keep going. You ever play chicken with somebody riding in the car? Pride to have you keep going off the cliff. The other dude like, man, we finna die, man. Turn around. Pride to have that brother running clean off the cliff because he want to win so bad. He want to just he won't correct himself. Proverbs 11 and 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11 and verse 2.
Sirach 10 and
When
verse
pride
13.
cometh, then cometh shame.
What?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame.
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. Pride is the beginning of it. Read.
But with the lowly is wisdom.
But with the lowly is wisdom. Because that lowly, it's like a child, he gonna understand. No, I messed up. I ain't gonna do that, man. Pride to have you in your feelings. Pride to have you over there, over here, over there. It won't let you forgive. It won't let you correct yourself. It's a spirit on you. It says lowly with the wisdom. Sirach 10 and verse 12.
Start at verse 12, yeah. This the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Again, this is pride. This is a spirit. God hates pride. And we're about to show you. That's an abomination to have pride on you. Abomination. Pride is abomination. Too much pride. You have pride in keeping God's law, but too much pride, it'll destroy you.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God.
Because pride will have you like, man, you know what, bro? Forget that, bro. I've been doing this all my whole life, bro. I know God. You know what I mean? Look, man, forget all them commandments. Forget showing that brother love. He shouldn't have said what he said. He shouldn't have did what he said. Forget that. You start departing away from God.
Yep.
Even you know what the scriptures say. You like, man, no, forget that. I know he said love my brother, but forget that. I'm going to destroy them brothers, man. I'm going to destroy that sister, man. I'm gonna air all her business out on Facebook. I'm going to tell her about her EBT call. I'm going to talk about her baby daddy.
Right.
You see a lot of worldly people going on live because they got pride on them.
And let me say one thing. It's showing the ultimate hatred again when you want to air things out on your fellow brother or sister on the damn wicked internet on Facebook, but when a brother or sister call you, you don't want to talk. You don't want to answer the phone. That's a coward move as a man, because men deal in order and respect. So why go and air something out over the internet when I can call and talk to you? You can call, talk to me, bro. Like let's talk. Let's what's going on? Let's talk. but a person like that don't even want to answer the phone. That's makes you evil and wicked, man. And it shows you that's the spirit of a woman, man.
Keep reading, bro.
This the book of Sirach, chapter I'm gonna start at the top, 10 and verse 12.
Here we go.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 12.
Listen good.
It says the beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his maker.
You know doggone well God created you. Somehow people got pride and ain't even in the truth. They know that God is real. They call on him when they get blessings. But when the Bible come out and you getting corrected, yeah, you departing away from God because you got pride on you. You've been living the way you live and you think that's right. Keep reading.
Verse 13.
Listen good. This is for everybody. Read.
For pride is the beginning of sin.
Say what?
Pride is the beginning of sin.
Right? Because it makes you think that you are right. It makes you think your own ways is right. Go ahead.
And he that have it shall pour out abomination.
And we read earlier that God hates all abomination.
God, the Bible
when you
crazy.
have pride, you pour out abomination. Keep going.
And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly.
And overthrew them utterly. And overthrew them utterly. Verse 18.
Verse 18. Pride was not made for men.
Say it again.
Pride was not made for men.
Brother, you got it. Pride ain't made for you. Read.
Nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman.
Nor furious anger that is born of a woman. Pride ain't made for men, or furious anger made for a man who's born of a woman. You was born from a woman, dude. You ain't, what are you so mad about? Brother, that like they was born from a muscle or something. You don't even supposed to have pride on you. You was born from a woman. Oh, our weaker vessels, God, princesses. People be having so much pride, man. Shut up, bro. Brother, you was born from a woman. Shut up. What are you talking
Let
about?
her know we're talking about the worldly woman.
A worldly woman who's not keeping God's commandments.
Right.
The worldly woman with what it is, white supremacy puts on our beautiful sisters. That they supposed to be masculine. That they supposed to be head of household. So they supposed to be loud and clamorous.
Right.
That type of spirit of a woman. A rebellious Jezebel type spirit.
Right.
You got that long, fellas.
Let me,
I ain't got
let me
nothing else.
bring out 2 scriptures.
Go ahead.
Give me Titus 3.
Hold on, I gotta find you.
Titus chapter 3 and verse.
Start at verse 1.
Titus chapter 3 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, to be ready to every good work,
Supposed to be ready to every good work. Read.
to speak evil of no man.
To do what?
To speak evil of no man.
Supposed to speak evil of no man, man. Read.
To be no brawlers,
Uh-huh.
but gentle,
Uh-huh.
showing all meekness unto all men.
Go ahead.
For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish,
See, ourselves also was sometimes foolish. Read.
disobedient,
Disobedient.
deceived,
Uh-huh.
serving diverse lusts
Uh-huh.
and
We
pleasures,
used to do that.
living in malice
And what else?
and envy,
We used to live in malice and envy. Go ahead.
hateful,
Uh-huh.
and hating one another.
And hating one another. Now watch this. 1 John 4 and 20. We used to be like that.
That's crazy.
We used to be like that. You get what I'm saying? But we had to repent and come back to the laws and the faith of Christ. That's what we had to do.
Right.
1 John 4 and 20.
This the book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
If a man say I love God and hate of his brother,
Uh-huh.
he is a liar.
He is what?
He is a liar.
Read.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen,
Uh-huh.
how can he love God whom he have not seen?
Come on, man. Read that again.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
If a man say I love of God
Right.
and hate of his brother,
Right.
he is a liar.
He is a lie. Remember you put on that line spirit?
Right.
Read.
For he that loveth not his brother
Uh-huh.
whom he have seen,
Right.
how can he love God whom he have not seen?
It's impossible. Read.
Verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And this commandment
Uh-huh.
have we from him, that he who loveth God
Uh-huh.
loveth his brother also.
So how can you say you love God, man? You showing hatred towards your brother, man. It's impossible.
I got two scriptures. I gotta bring them out.
Go ahead.
Loving your brother is important, man. That's where it started,
right,
man. Loving God first and love your brothers. Top 2 commandments. You can't even do the rest of them without them too, man.
I'm trying
At
to
the
tell
gate, we gotta realize, before we judge a brother, man, you gotta consider yourself out here too. Now, exposing the spirits that's on brothers is not showing hatred towards brothers.
Right.
We're calling out the spirit in brothers, man.
Yeah, right.
We're calling out the spirit, so
That's
we
why it's
take
called dealing with
heed
spirits.
on what we say before we say it. Sirach 18 and 20. Galatians 6 and 1.
This the book of
Hold on, let me see. Make sure.
I'll get the
Let
Galatians.
me make sure.
before judgment examined.
Yeah.
This the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 18 and verse 20. Before judgment.
Before judgment, read.
Before judgment, examine thyself.
Examine who?
Examine thyself.
I gotta look at myself over here, y'all. I can't be ready about it. Before I judge you, I gotta look at myself and see I'm straight. Matthew 7:1 says, "Judge unless you not be judged." You gotta get the mote out your own eye before you cast judgment upon somebody else, and understand before you judge. Don't just jump to conclusion. You heard this, heard that. You gotta understand first. Read.
Before judgment, examine thyself. And in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy.
Because in the day of the Lord, you want to find mercy. You want to find mercy from the Lord for what you have done against the Father. That Matthew 6 and 14 tells you to forgive before for you can be forgiven of your trespasses.
Right.
Galatians 6 and 1 and one more. Sirach 1 and 21.
The book of Galatians, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Here we
Brethren,
go.
if a man be overtaken in a fault,
Right.
ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Keep going.
So read it one more time, real good and slow.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 1.
Slow it
Brethren,
down. Brethren,
if a man be overtaken in a fault,
if a man be overtaken in a fault, guess what? Read.
ye which are spiritual,
Which are spiritual, the ones who keeping the laws and faith in Christ. Read.
restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
So if a brother is overtaken in fault, we got to restore him with meekness. Now, if he's being rebellious, we're going to rebuke that. Understand that at the gate. We got to rebuke it. We got to open rebuke.
That's
We
right.
got to do that when he's being rebellious. But
right.
he's overtaken in fault.
Right?
He's overtaken. Read.
Considering thyself.
So I got to consider myself, dang, bro, just fell out hard. He knew he fell off. Let me restore that brother with meekness, man. Let me restore that dude, man. Go ahead.
Considering thyself.
Considering myself, because get what? We all fall short of the glory at one point in time, but we're not doing it willfully now.
Right.
If we're doing it willfully, you deserve to be rebuked. You have to judge your brother according to the laws, man, when you keeping the laws. Read.
Lest thou also be tempted.
Unless myself be tempted. Last one, Sirach 1:20.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse, you said 20.
29.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 29.
Here we go.
Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men.
I can't be a hypocrite. I can't be judging you on something that I'm doing. That's what happened to a lot of brothers. They've been called out on what they was doing when they was judging somebody else. And that is a hypocrite, ladies and gentlemen. Read.
Book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 1 and verse 29.
Listen good.
Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men. And take good heed when thou speakest.
You better take good heed of what you saying over there, bro.
Right.
Watch your mouth, man.
Watch your mouth. Every
Watch
idle
your
word.
mouth, my
Every
brother.
idle word.
Brothers and sisters. Don't be trying to tell another sister business, but you doing the same thing when ain't nobody looking. Keep reading. Last one.
Verse 30. It says, exalt not thyself.
Don't be trying to exalt yourself, trying to act like you over there.
Right.
Or you over there just clean as a Wilson.
Right.
What are you doing? Read.
Right. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Because all that good talking you doing, brother, it's going to come back to haunt you.
Right.
You talking all that good stuff, it's going to make you fall, especially you being a hypocrite about it. Read.
And so God discover thy secrets and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation.
Oh, yeah, you look good on the outside, but your inside messed up, bro. God going to cast you down in front of everybody.
Watch this.
Because you being a hypocrite. Read.
Because thou camest not in truth to fear the Lord.
You ain't coming in truth. You doing it for an agenda to destroy your brethren. Love your brothers and sisters, Israel. You so-called blacks and Hispanics are God's chosen people. It's time you exhort one another out here.
Right.
We struggling in the same boat.
Right.
Let's get it, man. We got to love each other first out the gate. Read.
Because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart was full of deceit.
God dang.
One thing about it, man, Let's make sure we taking heed of what we're saying out of our mouth. Let's make sure we can take control of our own bodies and not be controlled by these evil spirits. Only thing to do is be operating in the spirit of Christ, the fruits of the spirit. Go read Galatians 5:22, ladies and gentlemen. That's what type of spirit you want on you. Because when you got that spirit, you keeping the laws.
Come on.
The
There
book
we
of
go.
Sirach.
Acts 5:29.
The book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 1.
Come on.
He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord.
Come on.
And he will surely keep his sin in remembrance.
Right, because you're not supposed to be showing vengeance. You're not supposed to trying to go and repay back. Oh, they did this to me. I'm going to go and do this. No, that's showing hatred. That's not the spirit of Christ. Read.
Forgive thy neighbor
You're supposed to forgive your neighbor. Come on.
the hurt that he had done unto thee.
Read.
So shall thy sin also be forgiven when thou prayest.
Right. Forgive your neighbor, man. You got to forgive a fellow brother or sister, man. Don't show no hatred, man. And then when you forgive somebody, you move on from it. You don't go screenshotting, posting up after you said that you done away with a situation.
Amen.
Come on.
One man beareth hatred against another.
Read.
And doeth he seek pardon from the Lord?
Yeah, because brother, you got secret hatred in your heart when you doing those type of things. Talk about you moved on from a situation, but you still indulging in the same error, the same hate against brothers and sisters, man. Come on, but you want a pardon. You want to ask the Lord to forgive you of your sins, man. Come on, you a hypocrite, double-minded man, is unstable in all his ways.
Amen.
Read.
He that showeth no mercy to a man,
Come on.
which is like himself,
Read.
and doeth he ask forgiveness of his own sin?
Right, and you want to ask forgiveness of your own sins, man. So man, examine yourselves, man. Examine yourself, man, because one thing we always pray is for the Lord to take away any unclean or evil spirit that may be on us, man. So we fighting a spiritual battle, man. Acts 5:29.
It's the book of Acts chapter 5 and verse 29.
Come on.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than man.
And yo, over